You're right, YouTube. I'm going to be doing a video today of basically everything I've got. It's going to be a big update. I'm going to talk a little bit about each thing, so this is probably going to be a fair few videos long. No idea how big it's going to be, but we'll see. First off, I want to do a shout out for Spider Invaders, who is just getting back into the hobby, and he's got a YouTube channel. There you go. He's only got one video on there at the moment, but I imagine there's going to be more coming up soon, so check it out. It should be interesting. Alright, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is in no particular order. First off, we're starting with my p.ppulchra. If my torch wants to work. I think I need to get new batteries. Yeah, so the Brazilian black tarantula. For anyone that has been watching my video for a little while, you'll remember when I got this first off, and it was a tiny little sling, must have been ½ an inch sling, something like that. Really small. I'd say now it's about 2.5 inches, something like that, maybe pushing on 3 inches. Keeping it in a bit of a smallish Tupperware box at the moment, but it doesn't need anything bigger. Got ventilation all around the sides and in the lid, which is just here. As you can see, that's the lid. I'm just using a little Coke bottle cap as a water bowl at the moment, and I spray it about once a week. Keep it. I personally keep mine relatively on the drier side, and it does absolutely fine like that. But yeah, this is an awesome species. When they get bigger, probably get to about 6.5–7 inches, and they're completely jet black. Really pretty looking species. Supposed to be fairly chilled, well, yeah, chilled out and handleable, but I've never really tried. I've never found mine to be particularly chilled out. More like very hungry eater, and it'll just attack anything that moves. But yeah, that's my Brazilian black, my p.ppulchra. I'd recommend this for a beginner, no problem, really easy to look after. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so now I've got my pair of OBTs, the orange bitey thing, or orange baboon tarantula, and the scientific name is p.murinus. So this is set up for my sub-adult, which last time I saw it was roughly, I'd say, 3.5 to 4 inches. So as you can see, it's webbed it right up here. They like it very dry. I give it an occasional misting. I did have a water bowl in here, but it was leaking, so I need to get myself a new water bowl for this tub. But again, I'm using a Tupperware box with ventilation holes on the side and the lid. You can see there. And down here, unfortunately it's just hidden away, is my little juvenile one. Let's see if we can't just tempt it out a little bit. Don't know if I'm tempting fate here, but these guys are quick. Okay, you can see there, it's a beautiful orange colour. These come in a few different colour morphs. You can get a normal phase, red phase, and I think this is red phase and orange phase are separate. I'm not sure, I could be wrong in that. But yeah, they're very heavy webbing species from Africa, from Sumbara or Sumbara. But yeah, gorgeous tarantulas, very angry, very defensive. Not one that you'd ever want to handle, but very easy to keep, and supposedly very easy to breed as well. One of the easiest to breed apparently. But yeah, there you have the OBTs. Not one I'd recommend for a beginner, but I would say more of an intermediate species personally. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Just quickly want to show you what I mean. Just went to put the lid back on and it starts giving me a threat display. So as you can see, they are pretty quick to get agitated, and they're very confident as well. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so next I've got my a.apophysis, which is the pink-footed bird eater, which is related to the Theraphosa blondi and the Theraphosa spinapeeps. They like it incredibly humid. This is a rainforest dwelling species, one of the biggest. Gets to around 11 to 12 inches maximum. Like I said, they like it really, really humid, otherwise they can have troubles molting. This is, I think it's a third or fourth instar. That's a bit of a guess. It's molted twice with me, so I think it's third or fourth, probably fourth instar to be honest. I've got it in another Tupperware container, like I've got the p.pulchra in. Ventilation sides and then the lid. Loads of sphagnum moss in there. There was a Coca-Cola bottle cap in there, but it keeps turning it over. So when I upgrade this tank, which will probably be after the next molt, I'm gonna get a heavier water bowl that it can't just turn upside down every time. But yeah, these guys are absolutely wicked. Really, really like this species. One of my favourite in my collection, easily. Very hungry eaters, and they're just cool. And I can't wait for it to get bigger. They're pretty quick actually. This one's pretty fast. It gets agitated pretty quickly as well. It doesn't take kindly to messing around in the enclosure. And the hairs are really irritable when they kick the hairs. So you don't want to get caught by any of the urticating hairs on these guys. But yeah, wicked species. I recommend it for anyone. Really, really like the species. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this very easily or not because my camera's not that great, but this is my n.chromatus sling. It's just in there. These guys are pretty cool. What is sort of otherwise known as like the white striped bird eater, all that sort of stuff. Very similar to the geniculata with the name and everything. That's why people like to use the scientific name, because you get so many. You know, you got Acanthoscurria brocklehursti and a load of others that have, you know, white striped knees and all that. So we like to use the scientific name just so we don't get any confusion. These guys are, I think, yeah, Brazilian species. They're like sort of relatively high humidity, and they get quite big. I think it's about 6-inch leg span, and they're just pretty cool. Pretty irritable hairs like most of the New World species, but yeah, I'm looking forward to when this one gets bigger. I used to have a geniculata which matured out into a male, which I sold. So I've been looking to get a replacement of a similar species to that. So I decided to go for a chromatus. I might get another geniculata though, because they're pretty awesome tarantulas. I'm quite fond of them. But yeah, that's that one. Let's move on to the next one. This is my c.fasciatum, which is a Costa Rican tiger arm tarantula. This is only a baby at the moment. It's still very, very small. You can just about see it in there. Quite a heavy webbing species. I'm going to upgrade the tub on this as soon as it molts, which is due to molt fairly soon. So it's not going to stay in there for much longer. But yeah, these are fairly cool species. Quite looking forward to this one getting a bit bigger. Yeah, really pretty. Got nice tiger stripes on the abdomen. Definitely one for any collection, I'd say. I'll keep people updated on this when it starts to get a bit bigger. But the n.chromatus and the fasciatum are my latest additions to my collection as far as tarantula are concerned. They're the most recent ones I've acquired. So yeah, I'm craving to get a new tarantula sometime soon, but when I can afford to. Anyway, let's go on to the next one.